Well, everything's in readiness here for this big match, the Northern Warriors versus the Qalandars. Now, it might be a good time to go down to Danny Morrison and Watson. He's got one of the great finishers in the game, Chris Jordan.
With the coin toss, and you're going to call, do it?
Heads is the call.
Heads is the call, and...
It's a tails.
Come in, D. I know you're in tears, do it? Yeah, it's going to be... Or he signalled already, hasn't he? So I think you're going to be bowling.
Most definitely, you know, back ourselves, our batting lineup to chase down targets. So if we could restrict them to under 100, we back ourselves to chase it.
You shouldn't be too unhappy with what's just happened with the Tuskers. Surely posted and won.
Yeah, exactly. Look, if you get runs on the board, that's always key, isn't it? Yeah, there's a bit to work with here, one bigger boundary, and there's a bit of wind, so I'm hoping we can restrict these blokes.
Made any changes from that tie?
Please, okay?
No, we're going same team, keep the continuity and keep the same team going.
Those same overseas players. But yeah. Now, what about your overseas players to stop it? No changes at all?
No changes, and yeah, we have about one local guy playing.
And what about your bowling? Are you going to have a go?
Look, you saw yesterday, we have many options. You know, if it's needed that Sammy has to come and bowl 6 balls, then I'm more than ready to that. I'm fit and ready to go, Danny.
Looking good, brother. Good luck, gentlemen. Good luck. Go well. Pump it up. Warriors, funnily enough, going to bowl first.
Pradeep, outstanding bowler, and these two batsmen here, well, it's full of shots. Luke Ronke. He can hit them to all parts. Very hard to contain. Strike rate brilliant, 153.
Islanders up to parity, 103 in their run chase against Team Abu Dhabi yesterday. Tom Banton of Somerset has just made his bow for England and T20 internationals.
Well, now he's lined him up and delivered beautifully. Yeah, something about this boy. You've told me you liked him. Well,
play. He really...
He likes bowling there, but that's a really good shot. But up and under it, bowls fast, sort of like away swingers. 2 quality T20 players. And he's just fetched it over mid-wicket. Step and fetch it, or run away for a boundary. So this is what Ronke does. Now, Green won't like this. He knows. Sweep shot. Now, will he back away, maybe go over mid-off?
Crunch. Wrong.
Oh, here it is. The change has done the trick. Right on cue, Ray at Emirates. Little cutter. And it's the end of Luke Ronke. First one down for those in green.
Great piece of bowling this from Ryan Emirates. Crease angle, trying to bring the ball back into Luke Ronke. It wasn't a great deal different from the delivery before. Emirates.
Here's Chris Green. And there is the end of the skipper. Wow, wow, wow. What a turn up for the Warriors and Chris Green.
Well, he just left home a little early. Chris Green saw him coming, dragged it down, fizzed it past him. Sam Billings did the rest.
Slow ball. And it has gone all the way. He's timed this sweetly enough and being smart enough to use a bit more bottom hand and make sure.
Leg cutter from Pradeep. Slower ball. Just delayed that downswing, waited for it, and drop kicked it for 6.
Wait, yes.
Be a 5. Now, where's he picked this up, Dan? This is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Here in Abu Dhabi, but now, when you look at it on the screen, it's actually hitting with the breeze a little. Just enough, it's just subtly changed a little bit.
Little right hand uppercut, isn't it? Picked it up, helped it on its way. Yeah, and there again, a youngster. Yeah.
He's asking for you to get down there. Show us your dance moves. As Banton plays a unique stroke here, gets away with it.
Now, that might be out, my dear friend Danny Morrison. And oh, just a little bobble. But Phil Salts.
24 from 18. Up and over. And you say, look, problem with that, of course, is the biggest side of the ground.
Which is the world's first digital physical app where we are getting amateur cricketers to upload their videos on our platform, and then Abu Dhabi T10 coaches stream those videos and 8 players, so 1 per team.
So somebody amazing that you have discovered already?
Chris Wood, he's playing for match right now, and he is basically
Talents they've picked. They've picked him from nowhere, and that ball's gone nowhere, except over the boundary for 6. Now he's smiling.
Nice chunk of this one. Chris Wood, yeah, changed it up, but it was right in the slot for Jordan Clark, who desperately needs.
Now, has he got enough of it? Oh, yes. Yes, missed his length. And dreams to play him on have to go back to the computer.
Yeah, but he really did get it, and he did. Oh, yeah.
It was more like a 7 wood for me. Bit of height. Oh, and he's picked it up back. Well, that is just class. And that's his 50. Well played, Tom Banton. And that'll end the over. 19 from it, Danny. The Qalandars with 1 over. These two, Banton and Clark, and 5-4s. Andre Russell, top edge, someone's there. Be careful of the rope. Takes the catch. Well played. Pradeep down there.
Journey, look at this. Thrashing at it, Jordan Clark. Almost carries. Nawar Pradeep does well. Backs himself. Jordan has, isn't he? Has he backed himself here? You better believe it. This is into the stand, not just over the boundary.
110 plus now. One thing must be said, the analytics say with Andre Russell, he doesn't really like bowling at the depth of the innings. Outside edge. That's a nice way to finish it off. He's got someone down there, the size 12s. Oh, you're allowed to dive free at Emirates. You get free laundry.
Now, 10 off 3, and it has swung nicely for those in green and black there. Yeah, very useful runs. You look at that with Clark and Jordan, but it was certainly set up by Tom Banton at the top of the order there. 53 from 28.
6 4s, 7 6s. Normally that should get you a win. But you're playing against the Northern Warriors who can go deep. Might be time to go and speak to Rahman. He's got one of the finest off spinners in the game. George Muncy and Sam Billings coming out there. George, strike rate of nearly 160. This guy can go.
For Sultan, his arm is really low. Doesn't give you a chance to get underneath him. Sam Billings, strike rate of 130. Captain's Kent.
Ball's up. That'd be a wide, and oh, that's Red Cross Week, as my daughter used to say. That's just charity. And a great charity it is too.
Oh, that's out of here. Finally, Sam Billings has tagged one. First boundary.
Good use of the feet. Stay short of it so he can get underneath the ball. And it's just a flick of the wrist with these beautiful bats that these guys got today. He's got wonderful bats. They're about £2.9, £2.10, Sam Billings, but they pick up like £2.4.
This one, leave one. No issue with that at all. That's the wicket. Now you get to see Big Dre Russ. Now the game might change.
Now, out of his misery now, George Muncy.
Square and behind. Everyone back on the fence is in front of him, and that is out. The pressure was too much, even for the great man, Andre Russell.
To the globe. Bounces on him. Gave it a bit of air, gave it a good rip. toppy that bounced. And Captain Malar.
Oh, 2 in 2. Oh, there we go. A little bit of fortnight. With the Dream 11 game-changing moment. 2 in 2 for him. That's the end of Billings. He follows Russell back to the sheds. It surely is all she wrote for the Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh, vintage Darren Sammy. Almost took his
Delivery. Big swivel of his. Oh, wasn't that an absolute screamer down there too? On the fence. It's Darren Sammy off the mark of the boundary.
Sikandar Raza goes into the leg side. Oh boy, it's getting there.
Yeah, when the nightmare is going really bad, it just gets worse. It has there.
Well, catch it, someone, please. Finally one sticks, Danny. Oh, Prasanna again, he's having a wonderful game. Just giving the man of the match now.
Prasanna. Can't blame the batter.
No, look, I have to say, when you're playing a strong team like the Northern Warriors, rarely you get a hit. And that's what happened last year, if you remember, Danny. Not many of the lower order. Poran was getting runs.
Rise of Cratchit, and yeah, it is. Going like 9 pins. Phil Salt this time.
Well, it's half after 7. Just shoveled it right down his throat. Salty there, gets underneath it, and takes these for a living. Too easy. In the next couple of days, I'll get here, and this might be out as well. Yeah, they've had a Freddie Krueger nightmare on Elm Street here, and another wicket to Kamara, and the 7th one goes, Danny.
Beat here tonight. The Qalandars, it's one of those tennis ball type bounces. And Rad Emmerich, the top edge. And thanks to for Pradeep. Oh, on a hat trick is Kamara, and the Warriors here.
Well, I just can't explain it. Some very good bowling and some just very average T10 cricket, or just very average cricket. It's like a more.
Oh, it's all over Red Rover. The old Polaris missile from Kamara. And the Warriors, yeah, they've been humbled for just 46, folks. Lowest ever in T10, I've just been told. Thank you, Richard Lockwood. What a performance.
Tournament so far that they were set to chase. Jordan Prasanna, outstanding. 3 for 10 for Kamara.
So the match summary here, the match 6 here, the Qalandars making a brilliant 112 for 4, and they just absolutely belted them and gave a size 12 in the backside to the Northern Warriors. All out for 46. The Qalandars winning by 66 runs. Well, let's take a deep breath here in Abu Dhabi. We'll go to a break, and after the break we'll have the after-match presentation.
Marvellous performance here in match 6 by the Qalandars. It'll make the owners smile that much more. Well, I've got to thank the sponsors as ever here in Abu Dhabi with this wonderful T10 format. Presenting the title sponsors, Aldar Properties, host sponsors, the DCT Abu Dhabi Sports Council, the Abu Dhabi Cricket and Emirates Cricket Boards as well. Principal sponsors, Etihad Airways, Dream 11, My Dubai, Emirates, NBD, Ulabund and Vamolalachi. Thank you, one and all sponsors. Rightio, the first award of the night is the best moment of the match, and that goes to Sergei Prasanna in terms of his 2 wickets at the top, receiving a check here from the chairman himself, Mr. Suji Ulmulk, is the chairman of Aldar Properties here for Abu Dhabi and the T10. Well done, Mr. Prasanna. The second award is for the most stylish player, and I tell you what, Mark Butcher rates this chap very highly. Mr. Tom Banton is from the Northern Warriors. His 53, some wonderful timing and some wonderful strokes for the Warriors. A check for a lovely little check there for 1,000, and that's from forward runner. And now, here we go. For this other big check of 1,000 is going to be presented by Anish Dupal. He is the business head of UPL, and it is the third award, which is the man of the match. And Sergei, you've got to come forward again, dear fellow, with that marvellous performance of 2 wickets and 2 catches for the Qalandars. And our thanks to Anish Dupal. A couple of quick words from you, dear Circus. How are you feeling? Is it going coming out of the hand quite nicely?
I'm really happy to be about my performance. I'm really enjoying the middle.
What about your catching? That was good too.
Yeah, but always me give to 100% my team, always. That.
What about the floss? Talk us through the dancing. Who's been teaching you that?
I can, not now, later.
I'll see at the nightclub. Well done. Good to see you, brother. Well done. Magic. We better have the winning captain, Dawid Malan, to come forward. A couple of quick words. Might have a few more than Mr. Prasanna. I told you the toss. Shouldn't feel bad about batting first. Went okay?
Yeah, it did. The boys played fantastically the way we identified early the wicket was similar to yesterday. And Tom Banton played fantastically well. He took his time early and cashed in later and set a platform for the other guys to come in, the big boys to come in and whack them at the end.
And you're feeling it. I mean, a lot of captains talk about that, trying to execute plans, all those sort of things. But the bowling tonight, poof.
Yeah, they were fantastic. You know, the discussions we had from yesterday, we learned from what we did wrong yesterday. Not that we did a lot wrong yesterday, but we learned from those little mistakes we did, and we executed it beautifully today. Apart from 1 catch or maybe 2, we were actually very clinical in the field as well.
What about the owners? They're pretty good guys, the Runner brothers. Quiet little celebration tonight.
I hope so. Yeah, they've been fantastic so far. They've looked after us, supported us with whatever we want to do. Don't put pressure on us, which is fantastic. You know, so hopefully we can keep winning for them. I think they need that after the last couple of years.
Good to see you. Well done.
Thank you.
Cheers, Dawid. Yeah, well, there you go. Great victory for the Qalandars. Super Saturday. Some of us are going to cut loose like the Qalandars, and that is it from down here.